Hey everybody, welcome to our video testimonial with the Schmidt family. I worked with Emma this last year and she's going to be going off to Gonzaga in the fall, which is super exciting. So they're going to share with us a little bit about their experience in working with us on college planning. So my first question, and anybody can answer this, is what just kind of overall led you to seek out a college planner in the first place?
Well, I can say part of seeking this whole program out was making sure that we had all of our I's dotted and our T's crossed, going into the school selection process and making sure that we had everything taken care of and had someone extra looking over it for us, just to make sure we had timelines in place. And it was really nice to have dates, like to check in and to be able to make sure that certain things, and we were ahead of the game. So that was one of our main things, to make sure we were staying on track, for me at least.
And I would say that Heidi and I both went to a state school. It was a pretty easy choice for us. And we knew that we would have the opportunity and possibly the desire to send Emma and possibly Ethan to a private school, and a lot has changed. And so that gives us the opportunity to learn more about it and learn more about how to get more scholarships and aid and that kind of a thing. That was kind of our original goal.
Awesome. And could you just kind of explain overall, what were some of your favorite experiences of working through this process, some of the resources or tools that we used?
You should talk
Picking the initial schools. Like, I didn't know what schools to look at, like, at all. Like, I didn't know what colleges even were there. I don't think I knew Gonzaga existed. I definitely didn't. So yeah.
Well, and okay, so the big thing though, I think, were the test taking prep stuff. So I think that a big piece of that, that was, I don't know if it was enjoyable, but it was
most helpful. It was most helpful for
To describe why it was helpful.
it was just like scheduled tests that I could take, like, and I knew exactly like what I had to do, and it gave me scheduled timelines of like when to take each section.
Mm-hmm.
And you've also described the fact that it tells you what you got right, what you got wrong.
It has videos for every single question, like explaining how to get to the answer. So that was really helpful.
Yeah, and I liked the idea of, I mean, through this process, we had no idea what a Jesuit college was. So we learned that UC schools aren't going to give any scholarships. We learned that you want to be in the top quarter of the schools. So it really helped us focus. We would have spun our wheels so much more had we not gotten some of those guidelines to help us stay on the right track.
I think those leading questions that you asked us in the beginning, and things that Emma was interested in, or just parts of her personality, or those narrowing questions and the database that you had that could say, okay, this is what looks like it matches you best, was one of my favorite tools, because there were places where colleges I wouldn't have ever even considered that you were like, oh, that's a good match for Emma's personality, for her grades, for her this, for her that. And that was just so fun to watch, actually, and to see what popped up. And then it was really useful, I thought, was being able to put in the grades and the actual test scores, and those bars that said, like, this is a green school, this is a yellow school, this is a red school, and that could lead to really good conversations with us as a family. And then being able to look back and say, oh, we're not even remotely interested in that, even though it's a pure green. That really helped us narrow, I think, as well.
Yeah. I think that it was definitely a fun experience too, in getting to work with Emma, because you always get all mad and frustrated about, well, I just don't know. And I'm like, and it's okay. That's like the fun learning part of the process, but doesn't always feel that way, right? But you made it to the end, which is exciting. And tell me a little bit too, like, why was Gonzaga a good fit for you?
It just, like, every like box that I wanted, like, it was the right distance, it was the right size, it was the right like involvement, and like it was close to a city. Like, it just, like, every box it checked, and it had a good program for what I wanted. So,
And it didn't hurt that they gave us $30,000 in terms of scholarship, right?
it did not hurt.
That did not hurt.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else that if there is another family watching this video that they should know that you would like to share?
I would. You've been wonderful to work with. I will say very to the point, very much. This is helpful. This is not, like, on our end, what we're doing that's helpful, what we're doing on our end that isn't helpful. Suggestions for us as a family is what to look at. And I think that your interaction with Emma, I would want other parents to know that you've treated her like an adult. This is her journey. This is what she's responsible for. And it's been really nice to say, okay, this is when we're meeting. This is what we're doing, and pretty much putting the onus on her to do that. And then we're just kind of there watching and supporting and being there if we need to be. But really, we're really fortunate too, because Emma's so responsible and really does take charge of those things. But it was really, really nice, your interaction with her and with us.
Also, the essay writing services were like basically the same amount of help as the test prep. Like, it was just awesome. We could like put whatever, like anything, like we could get criticism on like anything. So that was really nice. And the hour, whatever, like that we could schedule to work on it was also very helpful.
Yeah. So we liked Karen. Cool.
Yeah. And I would say your ability to tell me to chill out when I'm saying, Emma, you didn't make that deadline. What have you been doing for that deadline? And you saying, you know what, you are not the only people that are dealing with this.
Yeah.
And this is a common thing, and it's okay. And it's okay. It's going to be okay. And all of that. So just having been through, we hadn't been through it. We thought it was really important to go on to apply for various scholarship opportunities or like the National Honor Society or those things, and what actually leads to the scholarship opportunities. Refreshing or relieving to hear you say, don't do that. That's just a waste of time.
Not necessarily for that one, but for
Yeah.
different, yes, for different. Yeah, for you. Sorry, was for that one too.
Totally.
That was very helpful because you would tell us what was helpful and what wasn't. That was great.
Yeah. Well, it was a pleasure working with you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to do a testimonial today. And we will be back again doing more updates from clients. So catch us on the next one.